Greetings folks and welcome to my 100 days series. In this video, instead of playing for only 100 days, I'll be playing 300 entire days, or all the way to day 500. Obviously it will change by the end of this video, and I put a ton of effort into it. So let's not waste any more time and get into it. Are you excited for the next 300 days, Mel Gibson? Please kill me. Things already started good when a traitor stole me novelist shells and proceeded to get murdered. Have you heard of spawn chunks? Well, basically there's a series of chunks around the spawn that are always loaded. For all this time it's been disabled though, since I've had a certain setting on Optifine activated. But now my game's a little laggier. I'm going to move my sheep over there, but that's boring, so let's skip to now. All I have to do is make a collection system, and this is why you should never skip your bedtime. Alright, now I have a wool farm that should theoretically always produce. Now it's time to finally get ancient debris. Ancient debris can be used to make netherite, the best material in the game. Unfortunately, after 19 TNT, I only got 2 debris. I got a lot of wool for beds, which blew up in the nether. Throughout the day, I got 11 debris. Too bad the footage is lost to history. And now it's smelting time. In the end, I got enough to turn my pickaxe and sword to netherite. And now I can mine out the area faster. Remember last video how I wanted to clear out the island? Yeah, I still want to. I know a lot is going on, but I've cleared out a sizable chunk of land, and now I want totems. Thanks to the Sea Viewer, I know where an outpost is. It took all day to kill a captain, but eventually it did. Tomorrow I go to war. Good morning, Vietnam! Since this depressing shack is technically a village, the raid will spawn here. Oh crap, I forgot about the shepherds! Thankfully, none of them died. I'ma skip to the final wave of the evokers. Evokers are the main reason why I started this. If you remember, he drops a totem, but it's knowing his health and spawned 2 billion vexes. After killing these last few vindicators, I got that victory royale. I mean, hero of the village. Now it's time to start another raid. Okay, why are there so many of you here? This time I'm going home with Bad Omen 2. Hold on, just let me get some food and sleep. It was just like the other raid, but since I had a Bad Omen 2, there was another wave. It just meant I got an extra totem. I beat the raid with ease, and I think I should make some profits. It's been a while. I made profits day 212 and placed some dirt where I cleared everything out. Too bad the footage vanished. I also dismantled the beacon and scaffolding tower from the creeper farm. Now I'm getting concrete for a build. The creeper farm is kind of ugly, so I'm finally making it look good. It's a mini TNT block. It even has the wording on and fuse, kind of. I had to move the water tube up a few blocks as well, but that was pretty easy. I'm done the TNT block now. The TNT block won't be the only thing here though. My villager breeder is beyond cramped, and I want to change that. I think it's finally time we separate everyone from each other. The first thing I'm building is another breeder. Unlike before, the breeder will have a proper floor, which is birch logs. Only the real ones like birch. I built the breeder and moved the villagers day 216. Well, it's just 2 unemployed ones. It's just like the old one, just smaller. You know, the shepherds are quite vital for my economy. I should make them a proper home, too. It's supposed to look a little like a sheep. Not really, but I don't know, but... Hey, look at my little town. I move villagers tons of times in this series. It's quite brain dead. Hey, look, the breeder made some babies. It's terminal illness time. It took till day 219 because curing sucks. I guess it makes sense considering how OP it is. Now I'm in another collecting stuff for my next build. It's a McDonald's! I want somewhere to keep my farm, and the restaurant just makes sense. The McDonald's is doing pretty good. Why are you on the roof? I even searched at McDonald's online to help. Well, let the game open, crap! At least only one villager died. But, hey look, the shepherd grew up. Wait, now stop! The shepherd got mixed in with the others, but eventually I found him, and now I have 3 hyper-cured shepherds. Then I finally moved my farm to the McDonald's. Wow, what a beautiful little town. I wanted to go netherite mining day 223, but there is a creeper in my sheep. But I fixed it, and now I'm in a nether with 2 shulker boxes full of beds. It can be quite dangerous, but if you are smart, you will live. I got 19 debris and was able to make 5 ingots. I got a full set of netherite armor. I think it's time to come back to this. My current storage system is abysmal, so I think it's time to upgrade it, but it will take a bit of orange terracotta. I've laid out the floor, now I need item frames. I went into the nether to kill hoglins, but that was very inefficient and dangerous. It's time for the Great Leather Genocide of 2023. Horses, cows, mules, all dead. Also, fun fact, this is the first time I've ever killed a normal cow. I even found not one, but 2 beehives full of bees. Eventually I came home with like 48 leather. Now that I have all the chests, and all I have to do is sort through everything. Currently I'm sorting through color blocks, and it's definitely going to get annoying. But having a good storage will pay off greatly in the end. Bring over a lot of valuable cargo day too for everyone. I put copper in front of coal, but by doing so, I'm still overvaluing it. Think about it. You need tons of coal to sell everything you may need to smelt. Well, I'll probably only use copper for lightning rods. But now I need more chests and frames. Greetings, cows that come in violence. There's another mushroom island around 30,000 blocks away, and it's way bigger than the old one. Now I have to take these 9 cows home with me. Well, this is an interesting predicament, and it's only gonna get worse. But finally, as the sun was rising for day 233, I arrived home. I started with 9 mushrooms, and now I got 3. Still a good amount. Now start breeding, everyone. Day 234 was not recorded, but it was just breeding. I think I have enough mushrooms to make PETA want to skin me. I murdered every adult mushroom, except for the original one which I tagged. Now let's continue to transport goods. I got a good few chests done, and I'm also completely out of totems. I used one up when I smashed into the cruise. Dude, we just got here. What kind of luck is this? I think it's time for a raid marathon. I peeked a raid and only 1 Ravager got trapped in the nether, thankfully. Hey, there's a village next to the outpost. Hopefully I won't accidentally start a raid there. I just loved sleeping in the middle of a raid. I took a break day 239 to light up some of the caves under my creeper farm. I even found a diamond. Took another day to prepare a few things. Hey, what are you doing, SheepGod? Hey, what's down there? Wait, what are you... Wait, why are you in the end again, SheepGod? That's right, end part 2. Finished doing day 241, and I found another. I found another end city, but I could tell that I was pushing my limits. Yeah, I popped my last totem here. I was leaving when I found another city. I just raided the ship and ditched. Thank God the portal was nearby. I literally resorted to using my trident since I ran out of arrows. No footage day 243, but it was just boring chores. The main reason I've been doing these raids is because I want totems, but since I am on normal, I only get 2 per raid. But on hard, I get 6. See where I'm going here? 99 villagers! Listen, if you ever want to do a hard mode raid, be prepared. It is incredibly hard and long. I was able to cheese it by standing on the monument, and that's also convenient. But finally, after dying like 5 times to a single evoker, I beat the raid, and in total I got 8 totems. My original breeding villagers died a few days ago. A baby villager came in probably. I moved my cleric and silk touch villager to the breeder. This village goes out to all the furnace minecart lovers. They didn't get to breeding today though. These guys are lazy. Let's just skip to the night of day 249 where I'm trying to trap a zombie where it can affect villagers. That was as easy as you can imagine, but eventually I did. These days I'm pretty good at breeding. That doesn't mean it isn't long and boring. I just need to wait for these bastard children to grow. Jesus, if PETA wanted to skin me before, they definitely want me crucified now. But now I have 5 shepherds, making me 2.5 stacks of emeralds per day. And there's still room for 5 more. Now it's time to put those emeralds to good use. Google-eyed. I need more emeralds. Yeah, I had to use some gold to finish it, but now I have a fully powered beacon. And I needed it the very next day. That's right, I'm clearing out even more land. Remember how it took like 8 days to mine out the creeper farm? Because I was so slow. Now look how I sublimate these stone. I like using big words because it makes me feel smart. I'm done mining stone, so I can mine this weekend. It was fun having superpowers while it lasted. Getting real dirty, day 258. Like and subscribe for more amazing dad jokes. Yay! A new plot of land for more devious things! I even have an idea for something to build here, but I need more brown dye, which can only be found in jungle biomes. It also has one of the only wood types I don't have. Now I just need a few blocks of sandstone. Only Stampy OGs would know what I'm building here. It's the... Why are there so many creepers? Oh, I'm just firing! Thunderstorms are quite rare, so I have to take advantage of it whenever it happens. Anyways, I'm building Stampy's Pick-a-Pet shop. Stampy is the first YouTuber I ever watched, and the first YouTube video I ever watched was Friendly Henry, where he was building this shop. Although, of course, I have to massacre another ecosystem of squid. Got a sexy 4 in day 263. It's a cow, just like your mom. I also made this glass box where some googlies are going to be. Now I'm in another day 264. Why? Add 5 days to the counter. I got no skulls yesterday, so I tried going to a different fortress. There are just some fortresses that are better than others. This one was supposed to be over a lava lake, which is really good, but it turns out it was just a bunch of confusing hallways. Finally got a skull day 266. Basically, I go in and out my portal, which usually when I do that spawns skeletons. Wasn't recording, but I found out that my sword didn't even have looting, so that was just amazing. Still no skulls. Okay, it's 1 day till 69, and I've only got 1 skull. Things only got worse when I ran out of food. I think I'm gonna have to ditch. Although I didn't get a beacon, the fact that day 269 was gonna be a wet day cheered me up. I spent a while installing sea lanterns everywhere, but I'm not that good at it. I also made emerald upside down tea because I can. Then after watching the sunset, I took a look at the island. It looks way better without torches everywhere. Today was all about the interior of Pap. There is various pens with various goofy names. I also made this counter. It even has this creeper painting, which is my favorite. Also, one of the shepherds vanished. Time for mobs! The first 2 I got in was the mushroom and cow. It's pretty easy, I have like 2 trillion cows. This is probably, no, definitely the first time a normal cow has ever stepped foot on the island. Then I grabbed a pig from the surrounding area and bred a lamb. Okay, for some reason there are no stray cats or chickens here, despite the fact that I clearly saw them earlier. So I have to go somewhere else to find them. Found a cat in the mainland village and 2 chickens. Now that I think of it, I should have grabbed some leads. Nothing a quick chick home can't fix. I had to take a shower IRL, so I AFK next to the sheep farm to get more back wool. But that didn't get much of anything. So it's time for another mass squid murder. After that I had enough wool to make the roof. It's a nice little zebra pattern. I created the area where monsters, I mean googlies, have spawned today. Basically, they were supposed to fall into a water line and in a glass case. It may hurt the efficiency of my creeper farm a little, but it wasn't that good anyway. I just need to commit one last act of violence against the squid population. With the black dye, I was able to get most of the roof done. Just need to grab some wool. Why are there so many monsters? Why is there a creeper? No! I was murdering more squid when I found Ocean Ruin with a map. It was some good treasure. Then I realized that I'm right next to the old mansion. Maybe there's some black wool there. No, not that much, but there was a lot of blue wool, which I will need. After killing my last few squid, I put the sign on the shop. It is beautiful. Oh, with the original textures. Oh yeah, baby, I can feel the nostalgia flooding in. Who knows, maybe I can even get into Love Garden for this. Except I didn't. There's been a lot of creepers spawning in my gunpowder farm, but there's also been a lot of spiders. I went down to place carpet, but realized that they will be washed away. Well, I have another idea, though. It's gonna take some digging. It's a map place. I've been thinking of making one for a while now. Though it's touching a sheep farm. But it's gonna need a lot of quartz, so I mined some in a netherite mine. I forgot what it was like to deal with quartz. An entire day of quartz mining later, and I'm ready to finish the floor. Okay, now we just need the maps. Obviously, they're gonna be in item frames, which I have stacks of. Time to map. I don't have too many maps, so I just want to map the island out. It's a basic process. Go to the area you need to map out, and map it. Although it may take a minute to get there. I'm not even halfway done my map, and I'm already in love. Decided to switch up my strategy for getting maps. If you're a hero of the village, cartographers will just throw maps at you as a gift. So I quickly mopped up a level 1 raid day 283, then I spent all of day 284 taking advantage of my status. Exploit is the day 285, but maps are a pain to get normally, so can you really blame me? Yeah, I spent another day collecting maps. Tomorrow will be interesting though. Finally, I'm putting these maps to use. If you ever don't know what to do in your Minecraft world, just create a large map. It's a decent project, easy enough for most people to do, but still is a little bit of a challenge. It's nice to look at and may motivate you to build more stuff just to see on your map. Wasn't recording, but a creeper blew up my map room. Thankfully, it didn't knock up any of my maps. I lit up the area so it didn't happen again. See guys, this is why you want a large map. Everything I ever built is here. I think it's long overdue. I'm moving my nether portal. If you ever want a nether portal connected to a certain area in the world, take the X and Z coordinates of where you want to go in the overworld and divide them by 8. Then make a portal in the nether where the divided chords are. Now I just need to collect materials to decorate the portal. I did it pretty easily with only one minor mishap, but then I got a withered skeleton skull, so everything was good. I'm making the building which nether portal is in on a nether fortress. It's pretty simple building them. I think it looks pretty nice. I'm in the nether day 290. I first entered the nether around day 30. And now it's been 260 days, and I haven't changed my portal area once. So I'm making a proper nether hub. The floor and walls are made of black stone, with the pillars being basalt. Took longer than expected, but now I have a nether hub. And using the hub, I will connect to the jungle. In the nether, the nearest jungle is only 300 blocks away, so making a passage there should be pretty quick. See, I'm already here. Now I need to head back for some supplies. I collected a lot of jungle wood and leaves. I'm gonna make an ocelot exhibit, and I want it done by day 300. But a little bit of foreshadowing, doing so is very difficult. That's because ocelots are just like Muffin from the famous kid show Bluey, who loves nothing more than committing acts of terrorism, crashing economies, and disturbing the peace. Wait, what are we doing again? Oh yeah, ocelots! I found an ocelot, and don't ask me why, but everything was really buggy. One minute, I thought I fed it all my fish to tame it, and the next it would reappear in my inventory. Eventually, it wandered into the nether portal, and I tied it down. Come here, Kenny! Took another bloody day, but now I have a second ocelot. Now it's one long trek through the nether. I went to grab more fish because I couldn't tame the ocelots for some unknown reason, and they despawned because they were not tamed. I'm just building the exhibit now and hope that the game isn't bugged when I go back. It's the same shape as the other pens, but it's made of different materials. Okay, I have something to admit. The game wasn't glitched, I was just using the wrong type of fish. I need cod, not salmon. I found the cats pretty quickly and tried to tame them, but when I did so, they were still bugged out. The fish would just reappear in my inventory like a minute later. So I put them in a hole and prepared to force feed them. Okay, the ocelots have breeding, meaning that the parents and the babies should be tamed. 2 died, but the child survived. Wait, why is my fish back again? Hey there, little guy. Wait. Where the hell did he go? I can't believe there is no way the baby wasn't tamed and they spawned. What the hell? I'm gonna have to get more ocelots soon, but for now I'm just working on this pen. I spent day 296 and day 297 making this pen look nice. Bamboo, melons, even a large tree. It looks very good. Now it's time to get more ocelots. This time, instead of taming them, to make sure they don't despawn, I'm just gonna name tag them. I got 2 cats tagged and brought them to the nether. Then I put them in a pen. Now, moment of truth. If I fly to the Spruce Island and back, then they shouldn't despawn since they're tagged. Please don't despawn, please don't despawn, please don't despawn. Yes! Now I'm almost done the exhibit. I just need to dig a hole. Except it's not a hole, it's a cave. This cave is going to be sort of a monument to the old ocelots. Back before 1.14, if you wanted a cat, you would have to tame an ocelot, which would turn into a cat. But when cats began to spawn in villages, this feature was removed, and the ocelot was forgotten. I also spent a lot of time with lighting, but I didn't want to screw up the aesthetic. It's kind of a secret build, but I really like it. There's even a little bench just to sit in down here. Then I killed a pillager cat in preparation for tomorrow. It's been a while since I had a good view of my land. A lot has changed. Day 300, only 200 more to go. Time for mass murder! I want more maps, so I need to beat this raid. I also think it's cool to do a raid on one of the hundreds. At this point, I've done Harmo raids. They're definitely, very easy for me to beat. I beat the raid, not sure what you expected with me. The villagers are asleep now, so I just wander around looking at things. Days of collecting, and finally I can map out the Mushroom Island. I spent all day doing some mapping. I have not mapped everything out, but basically everything I have built, and a lot of things I will build in the near future are mapped out. Now it's time for more squid genocide! Now I'm in a mainland building, a big building. Why? Be patient and watch the video, goddammit! But it's pretty big. I made 3 auto smelters to make stone. Whilst this was happening, I also had to deal with an ungodly amount of victims of drunk building. I'm raising an army of dogs. This is the building they'll be housed in. I made a large dog face because soon there will be dogs here. It will look good on the map, and I need some stone to smelt. I found my first dog today. Since he is my first dog, he's obviously very special. Hello there, Charcoal. You're one of the lucky few in this universe. Now we need to go on a journey to find another dog. It took a while, but I found another dog day 307. It was only a few hundred blocks away from the dog area. But now we hit a large body of water, and dear God, he is slow. But eventually the dog came over. Now let the breeding commence! I also put a roof over my dog since it could rain at any moment. It's glass because it's nice. I realized the dog face is upside down on the map, so I had to fix it. Not really that bad of a thing, though. I have to wait for my dogs to breed as well. Okay, I just found out that when I rebuilt the dog head that I forgot to turn it around, so it's still upside down, but that's alright because now it's thundering. I spent it getting mob head, obviously. Help, it's the skeleton horse. Oh my, I totally didn't expect that. The horses were obviously in more danger than me, but I trapped 2 for later use. Hold up, there's another that's pretty rare. As you can tell, trapping horses was just going flawlessly. But now I have 5 trapped skeleton horses in total. Now obviously dog breeding is a bit boring, so I'm just gonna glaze over it. Okay, so originally I was gonna make a tunnel underground, wasn't gonna mention it, but I found normal diamonds, so now I kinda have to. However, events day 310 are classified. Just like breeding any other mob in Minecraft, it's really slow at first, but then it starts to really speed up after a while. Yeah, now look at how many dogs I have. It's getting to the point where I'm having trouble sitting them down. See this? All these dogs came from only 2 dogs. You know what that means? These poor things are horrifically inbred. Yeah, well, Pi Day was spent breeding dogs. I'm sorry. After separating Charcoal from the rest of the pit bulls, I let them loose in some preschool. Animal control tried to stop them, but unfortunately he hugged his children before work and picked up their scent. Alright, just need to feed my dogs some bacon. In case you haven't put 2 and 2 together, I'm killing the warden with my army. I spent a while trying to take them down safely, but eventually I just went screw it and ran down the stairs. Then I unleashed the dogs in the ancient city I found. Wakey, wakey, eggs and bakey! It was truly a marvelous spectacle. All of the dogs fought bravely in unison. The warden, although very strong, has one huge flaw. It only attacks single targets. It probably wasn't a shock that the warden ended up dying. Finally, the warden's whatever the hell you want to call it. Then I went back to the surface, which killed more dogs in the actual fight, ironically. Dear Lord, look at the kill feed! Okay, time to go back where your savages came from. Maybe one day I'll use them again. Then I took Charcoal home. Mel Gibson, you have a new friend! And I know exactly what to do with this catalyst, and this egg, and this beacon. I'm making a museum to hold all my rare and historic items. But it's not going to be like what you expect. I'm making a museum in the clouds, mostly because I don't want to spend time clearing stuff out. But I need to go for another quartz hunt, of course. I found a bastion and thought about raiding it, but I didn't. Now it's time for some high-rise construction. I gotta be careful with place to right blocks. If I break blocks up here and they fall, I'm probably not getting them back. I took literally all my white wool, but I have my cloud done. I should probably minimize my trips between the storage room on the ground. It takes at least 2 rockets to get to the cloud. I managed to get these walls and these beautiful arches in. Now it's time for the actual relics for my museum. Rare ore wall. I still need deep sea emerald, ancient debris, and a netherite block. Warden head. God apple. The heads. I used the leather for the dragon head. I'm not gonna have fun getting a piglin head when it comes out. My first beacon. I'm gonna have to get another one later. My first clock. My first, second, and third pickaxes. The iron pickaxe might also just be some random pick. And finally, the main event. The dragon egg. I still have plenty of room for other stuff too. I went to grab some sand from the mainland and thought that it would be a good time to finally put one of my dogs in the pick-a-pet shop. Finally, it's truly done. Time for some exciting smelting! Almost done with the museum. Just need to finish this glass roof. It was pretty easy, and now I have a sky museum. Damn, what should I do now? I know! I'm tearing down this village. You'll see why soon. Actually, you won't. Yeah, after just a day and a half of deconstruction, I got bored and decided to do something more productive. So after finally getting a half-decent ender chest system, I went to take care of some business. So I went to the local elementary school and proceeded to shoot it up. I also took great pleasure in stealing their budget. After that, I went from classroom to classroom, killing everyone that was hiding from me. I also stole those students' belongings along the way. The kids tried to stop me by copying Kevin from Home Alone, but the special ed kids must have made this trap because it wasn't that hard to get out. The last place I went to was the band room where I stole some of their music, and I managed to leave right before the cops arrived. The shepherds have been stuck on selling me free wool for 1 emerald for a while. At the time, I wasn't sure why, but now I think it's because the trade cost must have shifted from 16 wool to 18 wool, 3 more than usual. This has made me realize how much I've taken massive amounts of XP for granted, so I'm making an XP farm. It's going to use zombie pigman, which will make it double as a gold farm. Now I just need a bunch of magma. Yeah, I've already given up on the gold farm, but now it's time to pursue another goal of mine. Yeah, I know it's going to be a pain, but I'm going to try to get a perfect sword. I thought I could just level up my current librarians, but that would have probably been a bad idea. But now it's night, so I can cure my shepherds. Now it's time for some good old-fashioned trade cycling. I got sharpness yesterday, now I just need fire aspect and sweeping edge. I also moved the villager into the McDonald's for easier cycling. Now I have all the books, I just need XP. Shit, this is gonna suck. So here's how I'm gonna do things. Instead of slowly building up my XP all the way to 49, I'm just going to gradually enchant my sword as I get more XP. That way I should level up faster. One thing I found is that I can't just merge Sharpness 2 books and expect there to be no XP consequences. And now I need to get Sharpness 5 villager. Okay, go Sharpness 5. I'm just gonna get XP to enchant. And this time I'm using a better enchanting method to discover my Mog Swamp. Eventually I got to the point where I only needed to find 26 levels. I'm just AFK by a wool farm. I did make sure mining quartz and trading wool to get my XP. But finally, on day 332, the silencer was born. And with the silencer, I think I'm going to test it on an old friend of ours. I should make a portal to the end portal at some point, but not this point. I also have a few achievements relating to the dragon that I have to finish up. It was pretty easy killing the dragon this time around. It's been over 200 days since we last met. I have grown a lot in power. I also enjoyed getting the achievements too. Eventually, the dragon perched one last time, and I made sure that the last blow came from Silencer. Unfortunately, the dragon gives you scraps of XP after respawning, so you won't be able to hear me moan about the XP. You know, after the whole sword fiasco, I think it's worth investing in an XP farm, and I'm gonna make it a gold farm on the nether roof. After 3 attempts though, I was unable to make the bedrock break. It's alright, I'll just make a portal back. I forgot flint and steel. No worries, just gotta chat on my inner emo. Several tries and another suicide letter, and yes, finally I broke it! Now I have to pop back home for some supplies. Okay, no, I just said that I wanted to make a gold farm, but I still don't want to go through that. My current fortress is horrific when it comes to wither skeletons, so I'm digging all the way to a new nether fortress. And we are here now, at a Soul Sand Valley Fortress. The reason I want the fortress to be in a Soul Sand Valley is because it's basically devoid of urban mobs, except for the occasional skeleton, which means a lot more will spawn in the fortress. See what I mean? Just look at all the wither skeletons. Now it's time for some super awesome spawn proofing. One bad thing about the fortresses, though, is the absolutely ludicrous amount of blazes. If you ever want to use a Soul Sand Valley Fortress, bring fire resistance. But that doesn't matter because now I got my first goal. Now listen, you do not have the right to say, Minecraft is too easy, until you face a Soul Sand Valley Fortress. Withering, fire, and sometimes angry piglins all come together to make one hell of a shit show. Now I have to go home and resupply. I'm home. Totally didn't die on the way back. I'm gonna need a few more things before I go back, and one of them is more totems. Alright, almost ready for the raid. Just gotta prep the hordes. I can't believe they're foolish enough to attack this village. If you guys hear boss music, then it's actually not boss music. It's the thunder and sparky of my dogs. It was honestly magnificent. All the dogs fought bravely together. Nothing stood a chance against them. Even the evokers and ravengers were helpless against them. In fact, the only time me and my dogs had a significant risk of dying was the final wave. But the final wave is always pretty deadly. And at last, the raid ended in a victory. Good dogs. Good dogs. I'm back to this hellhole, and I forgot to bring fire resistance. But that's fine because I got 4 souls today. Eventually I got down to 1 totem though, so I didn't want to stay for much longer. But that's alright because now I have 6 skulls, 3 dead withers, and 3 new beacons. Now I would just like this area to back you up. I emerged from the cave on day 345, packed with loot. Now it's time for my next project. I'm moving my sheep farm. Of course, I need to level the earth in order to create it. This is going to be a big facility, 20 sheep in total. It's also taking up literally mountain ranges of stone. Well, not really, but you get what I mean! I've also been running my own sheep trafficking business on the side. Due to how it takes a while to produce stone, I'm going to store everything else about the sheep farm before it walls. Such an absolutely absurd amount of shears I need. Rails today, nothing else. Don't ask. One day 351, but I did get all the black ones in by the end of the day. And after getting the whites in, I began to finish the walls. Now I'm making a lovely white concrete floor, mostly because I'm too lazy to get anything else. Now, there's only one thing left. The roof. Finally done. One big gray wool producing machine. According to my calculations, I can get 4 stacks of emeralds a day now. So now I'm AFK next to the farm. It's gonna take a little while to produce an adequate amount of wool. So for now, I'm going to do some chores around the island, such as patching up creeper holes, because apparently charged creepers can actually damage the land you are on. Today, I created the perfect silk touch pickaxe, Silky Senpai. I'm basically just waiting for my wool farm to produce more wool. I did make the outline for my new project though. I'm making more clouds. Unfortunately, I need more of the white stuff to make them. So for now, all there is to do is watch the sunset over the horizon. I've had to wait a while for wool to produce, so I flew around trying to find new cat variants to breed, and I got a whopping total of 1 cat today. I'm making a stairwell to the heavens day 358. Now that this extremely safe stairwell is done, I just need to transport a few things up there. I'm moving Orange, Daun, and Slave up here. It's going to be a delicate procedure. I care about these things a lot. I got Orange and Daun up today. I should probably wait till tomorrow to move Slave though. Got Slave up day 359. Now I just need to demolish just the staircase to heaven. And I also demolished Orange's old home. I left a tiny bit up though as like some sort of ruin. Now it's back to waiting for more wool. Waiting for wool, waiting for wool. Wait, cats! I'm over halfway done with a complete catalog now. Today I finally produced enough wool to begin construction on the new sheep pen. It's gonna be like the old one, just a little smaller and better. But then I wasn't recording accidentally pushed Giant off the cloud. No! I can't believe I was stupid enough to kill him like that. I continued to work on the pen, but it didn't really help me. Okay, the pen is done. Looks pretty nice. Now we need to put our little friend to rest. Joan was a good sheep. I never visited him as much as I may have wanted to, but he was here since the first 100 days. A moment of silence for Joan, please. There's a creeper stuck on that hole. Judging by what took place there, I think there must be some sort of creeper magnet down there. I spent most of last night and day 363 making the nostalgic cemetery. I didn't make it too big. Hopefully not too many more things will die. And you already know I gotta map it. I also finally finished the cloud today. Now just one more building needs to be built. But the phantoms aren't helping. You know, diving off the cloud every day never gets old. I'm making a house. It's mostly just going to be a place for me to rest my head every night. I also might have to go on our quartz hunt. Well, quartz isn't the only thing I'm worried about. There's also glass. Guess what day it is, everyone? It's my 1-year anniversary of my Minecraft world in-game. Of course, Mel Gibbs and Charcoal had to join me for this one. I want to build somewhere special where I can celebrate this year and all the other ones too. It's quite expensive, but it's a very nice looking year garden. And I spent the rest of the daylight hours making bombs. Then I hosted the world's most scuffed fireworks show. Yay. Now it's time to build the second floor of my house, which at this point is whiter than the silver in USA. House construction is quite fun. I got a nice design for the bottom floor. Now I just need to figure out what to put here. Music, plants, seating, door, and now the second floor. There's gonna be a bedroom, a dog room, and Hershey's tank. Yeah, remember Hershey? And you already know it wasn't home till I placed my bed down. I found a traitor today, which... Yes, those knowledge shells! I also committed several acts of violence. It took all day for some reason, but I made Hershey his new tank. It even has a little prismarine block. It's like a little ocean monument. Now every night I can sleep beside my favorite aquatic creature. But I wasn't going to do some lame furnishing day 369. I had this idea for day 269, but I couldn't pull it off in time. I'm putting a beacon at the top of my upside down T. As Luke the Noble said,
Oh, it's beautiful. It truly is beautiful.
I also wasted one of my totems, so now I'm on my last one. I also crafted a conduit. I ain't gonna worry about it for now. I was now completely out of options, so I just made some emeralds for the rest of the day. I feel like it was appropriate to visit Jaun today. He was born in the first 69 days, if you remember. Amazing. Okay, enough funny business. Time to finish his house. I didn't even have much left to do. Just a little furnishing. Mel Gibson, Charcoal, this is your new house. Charcoal went into his room nicely, probably because it has a bone dispenser. Mel Gibson was more of a bastard. Finally, I'm done with this thing. Time for the next thing. And the next thing is a murder thing. I had a genius idea day 371 to do a raid in my little town area, and well, it was not a genius idea. The first thing that went wrong is that my year garden got torn apart by a Ravager. But the worst was still to come. I died several times trying to get my stuff back. Eventually, this led to the pillagers getting into their breeder. I spent almost an entire day dealing with a raid. Hey, I wonder where the pillagers are. No fucking way! I didn't even care anymore. I just set my game mode to peaceful. I hate Minecraft. I can't believe that could have happened, and all for nothing since I wasted my totem immediately. I just spent the entire day making repairs. Kidnapping villagers day 373. Get into the boat before I make you get into the boat. The first one was annoying, but I got him to the island. The second was a lot more submissive. And breedable. Now I just need to wait till night for them to go to bed. Alright, it's night. Wait, where the hell are you going? That's right, getting to your depressing gray box. Now all I have to do is prepare my illegal substances. Luring little children out with Candy Day 374. Of course, breeding is a boring process, so I'll spare you details. I've cured villagers hundreds of times. I probably don't have to show you this either. I spent an entire day with these green things. I need a hobby. Finish curing and put the villagers in day 377. Now I just need to wait for the babies to grow up. Took a whole other day because the villagers were being bastards, but now my economy is back. I traded all my wool away, mostly because I wanted to repair my equipment. Just kidding, it's all for the emeralds. Then I prepared for something big the rest of the day. I'm going on an adventure, just like the old days. I actually have a good reason to do this. There are a few achievements such as Adventure Time, obviously, and a complete catalog that I have to leave to come from my home for. So I spent the entire day committing robberies. I'm still robbing day 381. I am very close to getting complete catalog. I think the last kind I need is a completely black one. Those spawn at witch huts. I just laid back a little in this village, thousands of blocks away from my home. Well, I might have had this fountain to cover me, but the villagers are absolutely brain dead and don't realize water freezes in the cold! I didn't even start recording till I reached the witch hut. After murdering its owner, it got a complete catalog. I might as well bring this thing home with me. It's only a boat ride away. 6 Steinland is basically serving as my own lighthouse, so don't even suggest a lighthouse. The cat will live in the pick a pet shop with the other cat. Back at the exotic zoo for day 383. I'm building another enclosure. Mostly because I've run out of ideas for things to build. Also because I'm pretty much at this point of a tradition of making a new pen every 100 days. I'm making another jungle enclosure. Why? Well, just take a second to think of what mob besides ocelots are exclusive to the jungle. I'll give you a second. You figure it out yet? Every mob in the observable universe tried to kill me tonight, but I had a perfect sword and they don't. But now I need to deforest more jungle. Okay, look for the entire jungle day 385, but there was literally no pandas. So I'm going to a different one. Okay, I got the portal, but no flint and steel. I just gotta look through these ruins of the old school. I picked this place pretty clean though, so I'm gonna have to go home. Alright, here we are. Wait, what the? Wait, where the hell am I? Turns out my portal is right under a mountain. Jesus, I've only been here for a few minutes and everything's on fire. Found some pandas day 386, but they are quite a ways away from the portal and have a smaller speed than the average TikToker's attention span. You know, it's probably best that I make a few adjustments before bringing the pandas through. Okay, one last breed before you are all qualified to go through hell. The babies were the only ones who could make up the hill, but that's fine, I only need 2 anyways. And this is probably the most dangerous part here. One gas shot or cartwheel could end this whole thing. This guy almost cartwheeled to his death, but now the most dangerous part is over with. We just need to go a couple hundred blocks through this tunnel now. It's very slow. As slow as how slow you walk when aiming a bow. But finally, I see the nether hub! Alright, final home stretch for the overworld. Welcome to your new home, communist panda bears. Alright, grow up, I want more pandas. Alright, now give me the baby. Wait. No way, a brown panda! That is so rare, oh my god! I just had to take a minute to take in. Alright then. What should I do now? Just kidding, I know exactly what to do. Do I even have to describe what happens in these things? It's stupidly easy these days. One tip if you want to do the amount of raids as I do is to find a good village. The way I would define a good village is one where it and the area around it is flat. There are very few places that a stray pillager may be able to hide in. And one other good thing to look out for is large bodies of water. You can lure ravagers in to pick them off and can hide in the water if things get too hairy. So yeah, I beat the raid and went home with my new totems. But the voices, they told me to hurt more people. Make them stop, please. This raid was a tad bit longer than the others, but that's okay. Without a single bite of food to spare, I beat the raid. In case you were wondering, I've been bringing my brown pandas low-key for the past few days. After 4 full days of violence, I think I deserve a day at home just to chill and make emeralds. It was a nice break. I got to spend time with Charcoal and Mel Gibson. I realized yesterday there's not really anything around here to do for fun. And I like fun. I spent today making the outline for a little race course. Too bad there's no one to race against but myself. It's quite a big course too. I had me building into the night. It began thundering during construction, but at this point I had plenty of monster heads. Eventually I ran out of red concrete. I blamed the war on drugs for this. It wasn't really all that hard to be honest. I just gotta make sure that I line my course up correctly, and done! But I'm not just gonna leave it blank. I'm better than that. I built a small dock where you can board your boat, and I also had a finish line. But I'm not just gonna leave this course blank. I'm better than that. I'm going to add several obstacles to make the course even better. Normally it would have just made a pathetic finish line and called it a day, but I go the extra mile. At night I finally got to ride my course. It was a lot of fun thanks to the obstacles I added. There's one block I had to remove since it made the course impossible to finish, but in the end I got a time of 1:15. After committing a genocide on another family of squids, I set out to get some sand and gravel. And after getting a shulker box each of sand and gravel, I set out to kill more squid. Killing random people for a sack stayed 400, but since it's 100, I did spend some time with Mel Gibson and Charcoal. Hopefully this is the last day of squid killing. I was running out of ways to make it interesting, but now I need a few more stacks of sand and gravel to finish this. Alright, got all the concrete I need, now I just need... Hold on, let me just do some math here. Yeah... Yep, 12 stacks of oak logs. Took an entire day to chop all wood, but I did. I don't know what you expected of me. And now I have a new skin. All this really means is that I'm going to need 8 more stacks of black concrete for my project. If you haven't really noticed already, I'm trying to make my face, which is a sheep face. And sheeps famously have a lot of wool. So in order to simulate that, I'm going to need a lot of snow. But that is going to be slow. But I gave up on my snow farm since it was painfully slow and decided to just tear apart the mountain. I had to wait for my villagers to reset so I could heal my shovel, so I went around the boat track again. I got a time of 1:09, and now it's back to shoveling my driveway. There was a thunderstorm yesterday, but I wasn't recording cause Lamau. I got a creeper and a zombie head. I shoveled more. Do you want to see the footage? It's very exciting. Alright, now it's time. After gathering the last few bits of black concrete, I began construction. I'm making a map art of my face. I'm not a narcissist. But the reason it took 9 days to get what I need is because I need 4 stacks of blocks to simulate 1 pixel on my face. This is going to be a lot of work though. Right now I'm working on the bottom 8 white pixels, and I finish at sunset. Now it's time for my cheeks. I got my left cheek done. Now I just need to... Wait, I forgot my inner chest! Mine! Now it's skin time. Alright, I've shown a little scale on the map. Now I need my mouth or nose, or whatever the hell it is. Hey look, a trader. Now give me your shells. Now give me your life force. Wow, I've only made like a dozen pixels and it already looks wonderful. But I think it's time to show a little more skin. But unless I wanted to get demonetized, I have to cover some of my skin with my luscious wool. And now it's time for the 4th row of pixels. This is the row where I begin my sun... Wait, hold on, it's bedtime, I gotta sleep. Alright, one lens done, just need to make the skin in the middle. Or I need to show more skin. I'm going to run this stroke down to the Earth's core and there is nothing you can do. I've been doing this for 7 days now. It is beyond mind numbing. Well, this is the second glasses lens. Now I'm done with the 4th row. Now it's time for the 5th row, which is all black. You know, it's probably good that I have a ton of black stuff to place down. If I just had a lot of white stuff and not black, I would have probably been canceled by Twitter by now. But thankfully, I don't have to worry about all of that today. I have other things to do. After getting another 2 trillion stacks of quartz, I began building. If you hadn't noticed, the day counter is nearing a very important number, and I need a building to celebrate that day. I'm going to make the most lavish, swankiest, dankest joint to spend that day in. It's also going to be very lavish. I'm quite rich and can afford it. Right here is the main area. It is where you will arrive when first entering the building, and now I need to make the fire room. After totally not searching up how to make packed mud, I continued construction on the fire room, but I'm out of quartz. Hey, I'm back, and it's still day 418. Alright, almost done with the fire room. Just one last thing. Alright, now I got plenty of funny leaves. Oh yeah, things are getting real hot in here. But I gotta hurry with the last room. The funny leaf day is upon us. Alright, it's funny leaf day. Time to wrap things up. You can tell at both I was rushing that my fingers were cold while making the ceiling here, but now all that's left to do is the pool. But now it's time for trying out of deep slate! Actually, a couple of things went wrong today. For example, the hot dog room nearly caught fire, so I had to find all the flames on the edge of the pool and extinguish them. But finally, it's time for some integrity. Oh yeah, it's such a dank tub. It was honestly a very good day 420, though it might have just been all the fumes from the funny leaves. I can't wait till the next day 420. Yay, more concrete placing. How exciting! Please shoot me. Well, now it's time for the 6th row. This is also the final row to contain a color other than white. And the color is scrumptious skin. Alright, time for the final 2 layers of white. And it turns out that the final 2 layers are right next to an ocean monument. It's very easy building things when every little mistake takes 4 eons to fix the mining fatigue. Building this has definitely been long and quite a pain, but I am getting faster at it. Snow, 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 snow. Okay, it's snow, but what the hell do you want me to say? But yes, finally I'm done! Like a dictator, I plastered my face everywhere I could think of. And now I need to figure out my next project. Well, if it's a SheepGods project, it's gonna need some gravel. Remember how I used to deal with an absolute unholy amount of concrete? Well, now I'm dealing with an even more unholy amount of concrete. Alright, I've got all the concrete, time to begin construction. It's a bridge, a big one, all the way to the mainland. Why? Saving rockets, I guess. But I ain't just gonna make it some weird slab. I'm better than that. It's gonna be nice. Okay, I'm not sure why I'm keeping this a secret. This road will mainly be for horses, but obviously I'm gonna need a few resources for this bridge. We meet again, Birch Forest. It's not just the Birch Forest either. I also need redstone lamps. I have redstone lamps, but simple lamps are not enough. I want to rig it up so the lamps activate only at night. It's quite easy with a little bit of redstone. Like concrete, all lights, supports, this bridge is gonna be awesome. But now, we have a nice, sleek bridge all the way to the mainland. And of course, there always has to be maps of it. There we go, one finished project, and I actually have an idea for next one. I'm just full of ideas here. Multiple stacks of mangrove wood, yay! Now I have another wood type to play with though. Now all I need is to wait for cherry blossoms to be added and my wood collection will be finished. Now I need to build, in a game, about building. One eviction later, I'm ready to start. I'm making a barn for the horses. I mentioned horses earlier, right? It's also going to be inspired by something. It's a show called Back to Barnyard, which has probably produced as many memes as SpongeBob. Apparently I used to watch when I was a baby. It's not that bad of a show, to be honest. There's far worse things I could have been watching back then. I think God Cocomelon wasn't a thing when I was young. But of course I need deep slate, so I got a mine in a game called Minecraft. Alright, roofing time. Also, I made this little extension on the side, since the Back to Barnyard barn had it too. Roofing can be very annoying, but it's also very important. It's easy to mess up a roof if you're not paying attention. But with the roof done, basically done with the exterior. The interior is going to be based on absolutely nothing, but it's going to be nice looking, and functional. Lanterns, barrels, and supports. It's nice, but your mom might have trouble fitting through these tight spaces. But surprise, surprise, living things need food, so I spent all day 439 gathering carrots and selling wool. But by the end, I was back laying out pens. I'm just putting the final touches on this place, which is going stupendously. But finally, I'm ready to get the prisoners. Now it's horse stabbing time. You just have to force yourself onto them until they like you. This one's speed is okay, but his jump is kind of bad. See, I told you I needed a bridge. I didn't even let this one live. He was just terrible. This guy has decent speed and jumps higher than my other one. If you breed 2 horses together thanks to the new update, there's a decent chance that you will get a better horse. But now here's the fun part. Testing the horses. This guy's jump height is an absolute atrocity, but it's faster than AR bad jumping horse. Nighty night. Hey, got any diamond horse armor? Because surprisingly, I don't have any. And there's a giant loot pack CD right next to the barn just sitting here. Full of loot. I got 2 horse armors until... And then... Minecraft is just a kid's game, Minecraft is just a kid's game, Minecraft is just a kid's game. Ah! Screw you, bastards! This is why I need a warden switch. Alright, new horse, let's go. These 2 are very similar, but I think one is slightly faster. I'll be nice and keep the slow horse in the barn, but not with my 2 good horses. But then I found another horse in the wild. He isn't too fast, but he has the most health and highest jump. Their offspring was mid, though, not even worth saving. I spent all of day 4 for free trying to get Bad Omen. This is my first Fanner guy. At sunset. I just decided to do a level 1 raid. I don't really need tomes right now anyways. I just want an ego boost after the Ancient City. But I only got a single tome due to how much I died. Not the greatest for ego. I just spent the rest of the day AFK next to a wool farm. Ancient Debris mine day 446. I need 5 more debris to make all my gear netherite. And my ego still isn't healed. I came back with 1 Ancient Debris short, which is alright. I should probably get soon though before 1.20 since then it would become a lot harder to make things netherite. Then I got a time of 107 on the boat race thingy. Going back to the barn to make an addition day 448. It's just a simple area where I can easily test my horses. There I tested out Disputy. Great health, speed, and jump. He's now my greatest horse. Die, trash! Preparing materials for a build that actually has a purpose day 449. One problem I faced the last few hundred days is the lack of plant life, mainly weeds. Also, the next update will include glowing new pretty flowers. The main way I'm gonna get plants to grow is the bone meter sensor system at the back. It wasn't too difficult to build, just how to expand the greenhouse. Okay, never mind, the left dispenser is broken. Just have to move the lever back, I'm a genius. And now I can have more wheats than I could dream for. Finally placing down the path to my bridge day 452. Mel Gibson, there are 48 days left in this video, and I am genuinely, completely out of ideas. I don't think I've ever had a Minecraft world for this long. I have done just about everything I could think of, but as I looked at all my land, I remembered something. An old friend I have unfortunately neglected for a very long time. Totems have been dying, baby! I've had the problem of constantly having to do raids for totems throughout this entire video, so it's time for a second raid saga. But this raid made me realize another problem of mine. My bow is trash. I need a perfect one. Day 445 just doesn't exist. I got 3 of the 5 enchantments needed for a perfect bow from pre-existing villagers. Now I just need power 5 and punch 2. And at the end of day 457, I got power 5, and thus the Glock from the hood was born. Alright, now it's time to test my new Glock on some enemy gangs. Of course, when I began raiding, it began raining, making all my fire enchantments obsolete. Didn't record it, Lamau. Beat the raid day 460. It's unbelievably easy these days. I've got 9 tomes so far. But I need more. People are always saying, oh, murder is wrong. You should go to jail for killing someone. But have you ever even tried to kill someone before? Beat it in a day, because I'm just that good. You know, I spent the last 250 days building stuff and clearing things out. And if I'm going to go to 1,000 days, then I'm going to have another 500 days full of builds. And that means more land needs to be cleared out. Might as well do so now. I need an excuse to stay on the island and let my farms run for a while. Okay, I've cleared a sizable amount of land, but if I want to go further, then I might have to do something drastic. So on the night of day 464, I went to my old house to do the unthinkable. But first I have to gut this place out. There's still some valuable things here. Now all that's left to do is, oh crap, Hershey's old tank, I forgot about that. But with that out of the way, it's time to begin the demolition process. This is very dangerous and fun! TNT did the bulk of the work, now I just have to burn the remaining areas. I also tore down the little wreckage of the old pen. Don't even know why it's still here. Oh, and this old spruce tree caught blaze, that's convenient. And the old portal that I decommissioned had to go too. Remember back when I got orange tulips and said I put them on everything I could think of? Well, I lied. I put them in like 2 places. And now I'm watching the sunset. Exactly where I watched it at the end of my 100 days. Also, did you know that the cake I made on day 100 is still here? Oh, and the music too. Everything's just so perfect. Enough crying, man. Time to finish your job. Alright, I've cleared up everything I needed. Well, except for one thing. That's right, I'm tearing down a portion of the wall as well. But I finished clearing things out. Now it's just a matter of clearing out all the weird spots, including the mine. Served us well, but now it must be put to rest. I'll probably make another one someday. But I wasn't just gonna work on day 469. There's 2 turtles I've been hanging out on 6th Island, which I finally decided to breed. I'm probably gonna make a turtle exhibit in the future, so I'm gonna need some eggs. I also will go on 6th Island for map sakes. I also literally had the perfect amount of gold to do so. Then, to finish things off, I went through my boat course. I got a time of 107, which is the exact same time as last time. Oh, now I have to do hard labor again. I should probably use dirt though, since I have little shulker boxes of it. Hey, someone should actually make a creepy pass of this. The occupied bed. Get a lot of views. Now screw you. Actually, due to some zombies and another odd villager, I got scared and slept far from them in the clouds. But finally, one big flat area that I can do anything with. Hey bastards, you miss me? I'm creating another pen for my exotic zoo. This time it's turtles. I've done these pens many times. I know their design and how to dig them out like the back of my hand. But of course this is going to be different from the others. I spent a lot of time making it look nice. There's even 2 sets of lights per wall. Thank God you can craft sea lanterns, or I would have had to go back to that stupid monument. But at this point I have the basic design of the pen. Now I just have to make a decor. Unlike the mushrooms who have a stone ocean floor, the turtles will have an actual ocean floor. But that makes sense because the water is the main feature of this pen. But if I really want it to be luxurious, then I'm going to have to go on a good old-fashioned journey for some coral. Wasn't that hard. I just have to use the old panda nether portal and fly 100 blocks north. Also, here's a little bit of advice I learned over the years. If you own an elytra and plan to swim, unequip your elytra and it'll make it so much easier. I think it's because elytra flying and swimming are so similar. You know, I'm not really sure what it is. All I know is that swinging with an elytra can be an ungodly amount of annoying. I tell you what though, this is probably the longest day in the final video. Now I just have to fill a makeshift ocean with water. Like most things in this game, it's very easy if you know what you're doing. Now we just need to make it look pretty like a material gull. And finally, for a few pickles, this place is almost finished. But now we must wait for the hatching. I might as well do some more chores while waiting, but it began thundering me and the monsters could spawn, so I had to go under the fence for a while. I was waiting all night, but eventually they hatched twice. I backed away in case any creepers wandered over, and oh my god, they hatched! So cute. Well, now I can do with my insomnia. I had to heal my shadow day for 76, but I didn't really need to since this entire area is dug up. Now I just need to mine a little stone. I didn't mention it, but a while back I lost some of my ocelots. Well, I found it. Since cats can't die of fall damage, it was just a matter of pushing it off the tree. And I should probably keep an eye on the baby turtles. Mobs can still kill them. Hey, my turtles finally grew up! And just in time too, I'm done deflating. And now that the turtles are hatched in this pit, it's technically their home beach, so I can breed an infinite amount of them. Achievement Hunting Day 478. There's one achievement called Monsters Hunted that I only need to kill 4 monsters for. And a Zoglin is one of them. These things don't even spawn naturally. You have to take them to the overworld. But hey, here's some wacky generation. A shipwreck with pirates bow above the water. Followed the map it gave me. It was a pretty good treasure chest. And after starting a forest fire not calling 5555, I realized that I was in the wrong place for strays. But then I went to the right place and killed one. I'm in the desert to kill husks now. Just gotta wait until night. Okay, the sun just vanished, but it looks like sunset is still in effect. Eventually night came, they killed a whole group of husks. 3 down, 1 to go. The last one's an endermite, which you have probably never seen. They spawn rarely when you throw an ender pearl like this. And with that, Monsters Hunted is complete. There's also a few others I have to complete. For example, I have to get lava. The final achievement in the Minecraft category is Not Today, Thank You. Basically, I have to deflect an attack with a shield, which I never use. But when I deflected an attack from a piglin, it didn't work. I thought I needed to be in my offhand, which just put me in an awful position. I just deflected a blaze attack. Get out of here, trash. And now the entire Minecraft category is complete. Okay, do I even have to explain what happens on day 481 482? Transport the villagers to perhaps one of the most depressing buildings in town, day 483. And now I can sell my rocks to the masons for a cheap and affordable price. I can get 46 emerald blocks in a normal day, but because of reasons I got 58 blocks. I haven't been paying attention to my McDonald's and it's really let stuff go. There was even a homeless guy in the corner. I just ignored it and made a wacky contraption. It's a music disc farm. Basically, if you trap a skeleton and name tag it, and then you trap a creeper and get it shot by a skeleton, then it drops its disc. It's how you get the most discs in the game, and that was just going swell. Somehow a skeleton with a name tag died, and I'm out of name tags somehow. At least got a new disc. I managed to get one more creeper kill, but it dropped the exact same disc as the other one. Yay, murder. I'm so happy. Yay, I completed it for the 1000th time. At the start of day 489, I beat my record on my course by 4 seconds. Then I just spent the rest of the day filling creeper holes and other boring stuff. But day 490 is definitely interesting. I'm leaving everything but my dog and some maps behind and going camping. After all this time with OP gear, totems of undying, infinite food, and such, I want to go back to living feral for a while. This small island should work well for my purpose. It was just like the beginning of a Minecraft world. Me and Charcoal chopped some trees and began work on a house next to the beach. I also made a tiny mine, only deep enough to get a little stone. By the end of the day, I got the framework of a pretty nice house. Now we must mine. It merged day 491 with a problem. I'm starving. After doing some tweaks to my house, I went on a journey to a nearby mountain. There are many animals to kill. I also found some sheep to shear. By the time I came home, I couldn't even sprint, but I was quickly able to cook my food. After I just spent some time finishing off my house, and at night I spent some quality time with Charcoal. There's a ruined portal nearby which I want to go to today. There's also a random boat. You guys know where it came from because I don't. There wasn't really anything worth out of the portal though, but through this journey I did get an idea. I'm making a very simple monument to myself and Charcoal. It's an orange S for SheepGod and a black C for Charcoal. Pretty basic, but it's nice. Then I just enjoyed the sunset. This has been a nice trip, but the weekend is over now. Alright, I'm back to being the most powerful creature in existence. And Charcoal is back to his luxurious bone dispenser. And I'm going to the end portal. Fun fact, this end portal should be further away than it actually is after 1.19.3. But I'm mainly here for shulker boxes. I'm gonna need a lot of boxes for 1,000 days. I also got a great view up here. The final end achievement. Day 494 was a good day. Many shulker shows and elytras. But day 495 had to do with 2 crappy cities. But eventually my luck turned around and I decided to go home. I could have gone for the gateway, but I decided to fly back to the main island like a real man. It was very easy though. A few hundred blocks and I was there. And now it's time to go home. Where the hell am I? I spawned at my camp, which is just a few hundred blocks away from the main island. Why, look at that. A fresh new temple. I'm running low on sea lanterns, like, extremely low. Once you be in one ocean temple, you be in them all, to be honest. Within minutes, I've killed the 3 Elder Guardians, but I forgot to milk, so I'll have to wait a minute. And now we shall enjoy the fruits of our labor. And right before bedtime down on day 497, I got home with plenty of sea lanterns. Day 498 was just a modest day of making emeralds and handling large amounts of explosives. At this point, I'm in this weird pocket of time where I still have time to fill up, but not enough to do something meaningful. Well, I've been meaning to breed the dogs for a while. Alright, it's day 500, and I'm back to the town next to the outpost. It's probably best I got rid of it now before I accidentally start a raid later on. These have been some good 500 days. You can tell how much more powerful I've gone since I began. Also, the pillagers vanished, probably tucked in a cave somewhere. Well, this place is basically dead now. I know it may have seemed like things were being pulled out of the blue at times, because they were. I hope you were still able to enjoy this video. And make sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next 500 days. But for now, credits, oh yeah!